Russia deploys most powerful weapons to counter Ukrainian incursion.
US deploys guided missile submarine to the Middle East.
Prime Minister urged focus on coping with flood and landslide risks in the northern region.
You're watching today's news on NTV channel. My name is Zhang, your host. The Russian military has finally deployed its most powerful firepower glide bombs, targeting Ukrainian forces involved in the largest cross-border incursion on Russian soil.
The gliding bombs, each weighing up to 3 tons, with a range of over 40 kilometers and carrying hundreds of kilograms of explosives, are Russia's most powerful weapons, which have been used by Moscow in the Ukrainian battlefield over the past year to destroy Ukraine's defense systems before launching ground offensives. Now, these bombs serve as the strongest defense weapon to slow down Ukraine's assaults until Russian ground forces to be mobilized to the border region of Kursk. The Russian Defense Ministry stated that its military force continues to eliminate Ukrainian armed groups in Kursk. Currently, Kiev's forces seem to advance about 30 kilometers into Kursk region. Intense fighting has forced the Kursk authorities to evacuate more than 8,000 civilians to safe areas. Thousands of people in Russia's Belgorod region also began evacuating today, after Ukraine stepped up military activity near the province's border.
Related to another conflict hotspot in the Middle East, the U.S. has announced the deployment of a guided missile submarine to the area amid escalating tensions between Israel, Iran, and Parsi forces in the region.
Accordingly, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has ordered to deploy USS Georgia guided missile submarine to the Middle East. USS Georgia is an Ohio-class nuclear submarine in the U.S. Navy. The 175 meters long ship can carry up to 154 Tomahawk cruise missiles. Additionally, Austin also directed the quick deployment of USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier, which carry F-35 and F/A-18 fighter jets, to the region as Iran is reportedly preparing to retaliate against Israel following the consecutive assassinations of Hamas and Hezbollah leaders. Earlier, Austin held a phone call with Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant regarding the current tensions. Gallant told U.S. Defense Secretary that Iran's recent preparations shows that Tehran is ready for a large-scale attack on Israel, expected to be larger than the last attack in April.
The Prime Minister has issued a directive to urge focus on coping with the risk of floods, landslide, and flash floods in the northern and north-central regions due to heavy rains.
The directive specifies that since July, the northern and north-central regions have experienced prolonged heavy rainfall in a wide area, leading to landslides, flash floods and severe inundation in many areas, causing serious damage to lives, property and livelihoods of people. According to the forecast of the National Hydrographic Meteorological Center, from the night of August 11th to August 15th, heavy rainfall is anticipated in the northern region ranging from 100 to 250 millimeters, even 400 millimeters in some areas. This poses high risk of flooding in rivers and streams, flash floods, landslides in mountainous areas, and deep inundation in low-lying and urban areas. The Prime Minister has instructed ministries, sectors and local authorities to proactively respond to the potential large-scale floods, landslides and flash floods to ensure the absolute safety of lives and to minimize property damage for people and the state.
Coming up next are some updated news.
With the sharing of data among relevant ministries, the tax sector has currently monitored over 8 billion e-commerce transactions worth 72,000 trillion Vietnamese dong. The Ministry of Industry and Trade has provided information on 929 e-commerce platforms and 284 websites to the Ministry of Finance. The Ministry of Information and Communications has shared data on 130 telecommunications and broadcasting advertising units. The State Bank has provided nearly 158 million payment accounts, and the General Department of Taxation collaborated with the Ministry of Public Security to use the Citizen Identification Number as the tax code. The data sharing among relevant ministries has significantly contributed to effectively combating tax evasion in e-commerce. For many years, the transfer of land use rights for individuals to build their own houses has been rampant, causing many problems for urban development. Given this fact, the 2023 Real Estate Business Law, effective from August 1st, has tightened regulations on land splitting for sale. Accordingly, the new regulations prohibit land dividing into smaller lots then selling it in 105 cities and towns, an increase of 81 localities compared to the current regulations. Specifically, the Real Estate Business Law stipulates that the transfer of land use rights for individuals to build their own houses, to parcel land and sell small lots is not permitted in the special grade 1, 2 and 3 urban areas. Vinh City and Kua Lo Town in Nghệ An province are on the ban list.
The Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism has just issued a decision to announce the list of national intangible cultural heritage related to the folklore category for Nam Định Pho and Mi Quang, Quang-style noodles. These two dishes fully meet the criteria, representing the local community's identity, reflecting cultural diversity and human creativity, being passed down through generations, capability of restoration and long-term existence, having community consensus, voluntary nomination, and commitment to preservation. Thus, up to now, Vietnam has a total of 4 national intangible cultural heritages, including Nam Định Pho, Quang noodles, Nam O fish sauce, and Phu Quoc fish sauce marked king crab. Currently, insufficient agricultural production volume and the means to connect with large companies for product consumption are quite common. Therefore, to enhance production efficiency, farmers in many regions have formed small groups and cooperatives to support each other in product consumption. This model is regarded as a small-scale but highly effective collaboration in agricultural production.
Mrs. Le Thi Phung's family in Trung Son Commune, Du Luong District, has over 200 Taiwan guava trees. In the past, the consumption and application of care techniques were mainly done by the family, so the prices were unstable. After joining the cooperative of Trung Son Clean Agricultural Production, their product consumption market has been expanded.
I was introduced to promote the product through fairs and online. After establishing a connection, it became easier to sell the products. It's also easier to get initial capital investment. Secondly, it's easier to sell and market the product.
Currently, the newly established small cooperatives consist of 10 to 20 members. The participants are facilitated in accessing capital outside and within the cooperative for production investment. Instead of seeking consumption market by themselves after each harvest season, members can support one another, exchange information to supply larger consumers at higher prices.
Establishing safe vegetable and fruit cooperatives can guarantee clean and productive crops. We can learn from each other and supporting each other in terms of product consumption. Since then, safe vegetables from the cooperative, with high productivity and application of Vietgap standards, can easily reach the market.
With the concentrated production model, mutual support from production to product consumption, Nghệ An has established over 3,000 cooperative groups along with many professional associations in localities. Although these are small-scale production collaboration models, they have fostered a mindset for manufacturing products, cultivated habits for producing and consuming clean and safe agricultural products for consumers.
The last news has ended our bulletin today. Thank you for watching and see you next time.